What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Paige with Paige, and today we're going to be doing my mid-year check-in. So this was originally known as the mid-year freakout tag, but there's been a lot of discussion around the ableist language using that. So moving on to mid-year check-in, but essentially I'm using the same questions. April has sort of tweaked it to make it her own, so I'm using those ones. I'll leave a link to her channel and her video. I will also be doing my half-yearly check-in, which is just reflecting on my goals, but I'm not doing that here. This is just purely answering the questions in the tag. So let's get started. The first question is, how many books have you read this year so far? And for me, I'm filming this on the 3rd of July and I have read 73 books. Question number 2 is the best book you've read so far this year, and obviously if you saw my wrap up for June, you're going to know MALICE by Heather Walter. I fell head over fucking heels for this book. I adored every second of it. I was hooked, just deep in my soul. This is a sapphic villain origin story and just done so well. I can't stop raving about it, but I will move on. Next up we have question 3, which is the worst book you've read so far this year, and 50 Shades Darker by E.L. James. Are we surprised? No, this is gaslighting. Love that for us. Fucking abusive relationship. Cool. Awesome. Moving on. Question number 4 is the best sequel that we've read so far this year, and I'm going with The Galaxy in the Ground Within by Becky Chambers. This was really hard. I've read some amazing sequels, but knowing in my heart of hearts, this is the one that I have to go with. This is following a whole set of characters and the 4th in the Wayfarer series. I would highly recommend that series, and this did not disappoint me in any way, shape or form. I just love being with Becky Chambers and her writing, sort of seeing these characters grow and develop and work through their own prejudices, and it's just brilliant. It's a great series to teach humans how to be humans whilst looking at different species. Question number 5 is a new release you haven't read yet but you want to, and I want to read Wings of Ebony by JL. I only picked this up recently. It came out in January and I'm really excited for it. This is absolutely stunning. It's a signed first edition, just fills me with joy, and yeah, I'm really curious to get to this and need to get to it ASAP. Next up is our most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and I have to wait until November. But it's The God of Lost Words by AJ Hackworth, which is the 3rd in the Hell's Library series, Library of the Unwritten, Archive of the Forgotten being the first 2, and I need this. I needed this when I read Archived when it first came out. I need a strong need. Couldn't tell you what's gonna happen, but I'm definitely picking it up the second I'm able to. On to a bit more of a sour note. The next question is my biggest disappointment, and that's Law by Alexandra Bracken. I thought I was going to adore this. So it's Greek gods interacting with our world. There is a challenge and they need to survive during this event. I thought it was going to be a lot better than it actually was. I did hear mixed reviews once this started coming out and getting into hands, so I did know that I might have lowered my expectations a little bit, but unfortunately it still just didn't hit the mark for me. The ending really just threw a spanner in the works in terms of, I was just like, oh, okay. And Jacqueline and I, from Jaxiejaxreads, again, I'll link her below, we buddy read this and she had the same sort of critique. She finished it before I did and didn't want to be like, so when I finished it, we're like, oh, okay. Not a bad book by any means, just I was hoping for it to go darker and just better than it actually turned out to be. Next up is your biggest surprise, and for me that was Amber and Dust by Lyra Celine. I got this in an Our Crate box. Oh, might have been like 2018, end of 2019, 2020, who knows, days, weeks, months, years. Yeah, so I got this in an Our Crate box. It came out in 2018, so I have a feeling that was when I got it, and it's been sitting on my shelf since then. I had no desire to pick it up. It came up for a challenge, and so I was like, yeah, alright, we'll give it a shot, and I really enjoyed it. Not a 5-star, definitely a 4-star, but a really enjoyable 4-star, and it gave me sort of the vibes that I love in hidden identity, then moving into a world of opulence and having to stop the corruption. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Surprised the shit out of me that with how much I enjoyed it, with my expectations being as low as it was. So yeah, I definitely need to get to more Alcrate books, but who knows, I might be in for a pleasant surprise. Number 9 is my most frustrating, and hands down, Dandelion by Gabby Hanna. I'm trying not to double up on books. There is one that I will double up on, but Dandelion it just hurts. 50 Shades, I knew going in that I was going to not have a good time. I knew going into Dandelion I was probably not gonna have a good time, but it frustrates the shit out of me that 1, these get published, and 2, just the messages in it are so inexcusable. And yet here we are, it's a published work. I've wasted my eyeball time reading it. Just very frustrating. I mean, it was worth it for me for the video concept that I did, but yeah, at the same time, it also killed my soul. Number 10 is a favorite new author. So obviously Heather Walter is one of my new favorite authors with Malice, like hands down gonna pick up anything she puts out. But outside of that, because I don't want to double up, I'm going with Akwaeke Emezi. So I read Pet and absolutely fell head over heels for this. I adored the narrative. I adored how Akwaeke tackles such challenging topics in such an insightful and engaging way. I definitely want to pick up The Death of Vivek Oji next. That's top of like things I want to read. And I've also heard of Freshwater, but for me that's sitting a little bit lower just in terms of hesitation. The Death just seems to capture my attention more, so that's where I want to go. But their writing, absolutely amazing. Just chef's kiss. Absolutely love this, and yeah, I hadn't read anything by them before, so here we go. Next up is a favorite new character, and for me, I'm going with Chloe from Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I could also include Red. I adored these characters. I think the whole Brown family is written beautifully, and the characters just feel so lively and fantastic. They're multifaceted and just wonderful characters. I want to be involved in their lives. Yes, I think about these characters and I start smiling because they're just so fantastic, and yeah, I wouldn't know any other character that sort of compares in this way, and this was definitely the first one that came to mind. Chloe is just so powerful in getting through her day-to-day challenges, and she's a blast to be around. I loved her snarky attitude, I loved Red's personality, and yeah, so definitely Chloe as a new favorite character. The next question is a book that made you cry, and Caitlin, you'll be proud. An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. There was a particular scene that I was just many tears. I wasn't prepared, and I don't trust Saba Tahir with my heart now. This definitely had the tear ducts going, and I'm very curious to continue on with the rest of the series and see if there are any other scenes that are just so well written that I'm sobbing my eyes out. Next up is a book that made you happy, and so I'm going with The Switch by Beth O'Leary. I really loved Eileen as an 80-year-old grandma, and just her going out, facing London, and just being the most amazing parental figure you could have asked for was just so beautiful. I loved that this explored some darker topics of dealing with grief and cheating in a relationship, but at the end of the day I came away smiling because it was just so well done and so lovely and wholesome. So yeah, definitely made me very happy. Number 14 is my double up, and that's the most beautiful book you've acquired so far this year. Obviously The Galaxy in the Ground Within by Becky Chambers. I adore these colours. These end papers just blow my bloody socks off. Even like the writing and the purple underneath the dust jacket, just perfection. So yeah, definitely like the most beautiful book I've acquired this year. There have been some strong contenders, but this has just captivated me. So yes, I'm just going to be over here gushing about this for the next century. And finally, in terms of books that you need to read before the end of the year, and I'm going with all of them. So I have so many books that I need to read by the end of the year, but one that I really want to prioritize is The One by John Mars. I think this is going to be out of my comfort zone, but in the best possible way. I think it's really going to be a fast-paced, thrilling read, and I desperately want to get to it. Ash so kindly got it for me for Valentine's Day, and I want to get to it. I don't know why I keep putting it off, but this is definitely one that is going to be done by the end of the year. Question number 16 is your favorite video that you've put out this year, and for me, I'm going with my LGBT rainbow book stack. I was really proud how this came together. My stack just made me so happy, and I can't get over the thumbnail. Like, it's something that took me ages to do, but then turned out to be really easy because I overthink everything. But I just so happy with how that turned out. There's been a few other videos that I've been proud of and absolutely loved making, but this takes the cake. And then question number 17 is my favorite booktuber, book blogger, bookstagrammer that I've discovered this year. So I'm sticking with Booktubers. I always do. I don't use Instagram much, and I never look at blogs. So yeah, we're going with Booktubers. Last year I did 10, and so keeping that tradition going, sharing some more love, I've got 10 booktubers who I want to talk about today. So the first, we've mentioned this individual a lot. I absolutely adore them, and that is Antonisha Lachey from Mrs. Moody Reader. Antonisha has started Box Office-a-thon, I can never pronounce it, I'm sorry, and is just such a welcoming member of the community. They put out such fantastic videos. I love being able to interact and just have a blast in their Discord, chatting about books, organizing buddy reads, and just being there and being active and engaging with everyone and everything. Booktuber number 2 is Amy from A-Star Reads. I found Amy through her Game of Life TBR, and Amy is just a ball of positive radiation sunshine in my life. Amy is so just upbeat and positive in her videos. Even when things go wrong, she's always just laughing about it, and it's such a lovely experience. It feels like when I'm watching her videos, I'm just chatting with a friend and having a blast, smiling along the way, and yeah, she's just wonderful, and I can't wait to do more things involving Antonisha and Amy. I do know that Amy is starting the Lunar Along next month. Check out Amy's announcement for that, and yeah. Booktuber number 3 is Mel from a book fiend called Mel, and she is also another Australian booktuber, which is great to see. She does a lot of indie book related content. She has a seriously cool TBR game as well. Most, if not all of these individuals have a TBR game, which might have been the reason I found them and stuck around because they're fantastic. Mel is such an approachable and lovely person. My favorite video of theirs would have to be their tea party, their garden tea party that they did for the Because We Can readathon, and I really loved her creativity, and I feel like she is putting out a lot of creative content sort of similar to that vein as well, and yeah, I just really enjoy it. Booktuber number 4 is Caitlin, and she is from The Lit Review. She has Candyland inspired TBR, got a new board, has absolute chaos, and it's glorious. I find that her positivity is just so compelling, and she's also recently started up a book club, which is the Book Covered book club, and that is dealing with a particular theme each month on book covers and going down that route, which is really interesting, and has got me thinking more about design than I would have thought. Like one month was aeroplanes, and I didn't realize how many books have aeroplanes on the cover until that. And yeah, surprising amount. But I definitely would recommend her channel. She has a wide range of reading tastes and is just fabulous. So I'm so keen to just get to continue watching her videos and seeing the positive vibes that she emits. Booktuber number 5 is Leanne from Literary Diversions, and there are not many booktubers where I will stop, pause the video, put it back on 1x or 1.5 because I'm usually listening to it on 2x speed, and play it for my partner as frequently as Leanne, because we are just witch cackling at the way that she phrases things, which is fucking fantastic, her chaotic nature that seems to unfold, just everything about her is absolute perfection, and I am belly laughing in every single video that she puts out. She recently did a video with her lovely wife Helen, and they're just gorgeous, absolutely wonderful, fills me with joy. Yeah, definitely Leanne just brings a massive smile to my face. And her TBR games, she's doing a year of readathons and doing a different month with each different sort of thing. Her videos for those, every month, I'm so keen for her to put them out, just because I know it's going to be chaos, it's going to be hilarious, and I'm just going to have a wonderful, wonderful time, probably laughing at her pain, and I feel so bad. But at the same time, it's so fucking funny. Number 6 is a fellow Twister TBR game, and that is Bryony from Indecisive Readers. So Bryony also does Twister, but she does it in a really good way. And she has, again, the prompts, but there will be the spinner off to the side, sort of picks and chooses, and then can go from there. So, and she will also change it up. I believe there was one month that they did chess, which I found really interesting as well. She just seems really lovely and reads a whole slew of different things. I'm always getting unique recommendations from her, so yeah, definitely go check her out. Go check out the Twister. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm very proud to have another little Twister buddy just floating around. My 7th booktuber is Naomi from Naomi's Bookshelf, and Naomi is the reason that I went and found my original Cluedo board. It gives me such a sense of nostalgia. So obviously her TBR game is Cluedo. I think the way that she sets it up is fantastic, and I definitely will be stealing it one month later on down the track. I think it's so genius in the challenging way in which she does it, and having prompts for each room. The cards are all laid out, and then being able to go around and see. If she doesn't read all the books, she doesn't get the clues, makes it a lot challenging, very interesting. She reads a lot of classics, and is constantly engaging in that sort of an environment, and fantastic. I really, really enjoy her content as well. Next up is Sarah from Novel Serendipity, and Sarah is fantastic. She is currently doing the Full Metal Alchemist readathon TBR game. Brilliant. The amount of effort that she puts into her games to do the cards, the prompts, everything, like she's created interactive websites, brilliant. We both bonded over a love of Pokemon and having created both Pokemon book tags, so definitely absolutely adore her and her content. So she has a Naruto game that was running along, paused it for the Full Metal, and it will be coming back later, but you like have an interactive website, and it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So definitely go check her out. I don't have any guides on here, whoops. Oh well. Next up is Alice from The Bumbling Blogger. They are hosting Catch-Up-a-thon next month in August, I believe, and I'm very excited. There are food related condiments as prompts, and you can message her and get badges, sticker designs, like, yes, brilliant. So very keen to be involved in that. Again, still relatively new to finding her channel, so still got a lot more to explore, but from what I've seen and her, just all of her videos that I've seen have been amazing. Her haul for June, I think it was, oh lordy, that was intense and amazing, and yeah, just fantastic. Really want to do a further deep dive, and I hope you join me in doing so as well. And finally, my last booktuber is Heather from Bella's Library. I love her TBR game. It was really, really mean to her for June, wanting to get everything else than what she managed to get, but it's a lot of fun. I think it's a little bit of Candyland inspired, but she's got different prompts and similar sort of concept. So yeah, it's fun to watch. She is such a lovely, lovely person, and again, a lot of these are just people that give me the positive vibes. Their videos are fun or they're chaotic, which, welcome, hello. And that's what I need. I'm wanting to be watching booktubers that fill me with positive vibes, and I feel like Heather really encapsulates such positive energy as well. So yeah, so that was the mid-year check-in. There was a lot. I really hope that you will either, 1, pick up Malice because it's amazing, or 2, go check out all those booktubers because they are fantastic individuals, and you need to be getting on their channels and giving them love and attention because they are fan-fucking-tastic. Let me know in the comments, one, who's a favourite booktuber that you have found this year. These people I've literally found since January, so we're all new. They're new to my brain. But let me know someone that you've found since January to now, and what is the best book that you've read so far this year. If you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!